Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Wednesday, April, what's the date today? 23rd, 2025. I'm here to do a collective read for you. As you know, it's the time of this read. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders because it's all energy anyway. So the way to know if this is your reading is by the description of the characters as well as the storyline. So take what applies, toss the rest. Don't try to make things fit if it does not. You're free to switch around the genders or the roles. Go right ahead. That's not a problem. Just remember, this is not a personal reading. This is a general collective reading. Very general in essence. There's thousands of people here, okay? So please use your higher wisdom and discernment. I'll bring out the tarot cards. I'll give you the description of the cards as well as what I'm picking up intuitively. You know your story best. To give you all the cards, some one and or none, and then we bring it together at the end. Thank you for being here. I am truly grateful to each and every one of you. I love you guys so very much. I hope you're going to have a beautiful day today. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about right now. So, happy hump day. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? What's the message for the collective at this hour? Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you. Attention. Maybe you're garnering some attention. Somebody wants your attention, or pay attention. Maybe something dangerous might happen. You know, watch out. Don't speed. Pay attention. Overarching energy, bottom of the deck. Innocent. Pay attention to the innocent ones in your life, your children. Someone's paying attention to you. Maybe you were accused of something. Maybe somebody thought you did something that you didn't do. You're quite innocent. Underlying energy, or somebody wants you to believe that they're innocent and they're not. It could go different ways. Something to do with an appearance. I don't know. Somebody could be trying to put on an act or something. Or they might show up suddenly. We'll see which way it goes. Yeah, player energy. They want to claim that they're innocent. Okay. Observation. Maybe they're watching you, or you watched them do something they claim they didn't do. Something to do with creativity. You're very creative, or somebody's trying to find a creative way to get back into your energy, into your world. They want your attention. Let's see, where are we going with this one, please, Spirit? How are we gonna... Where's this gonna go here? Attention. Which one do you want? This one or the other one? No, what's the T? Okay. So attention. Somebody wants all of your attention. Somebody, yeah, you rejected somebody. Or somebody that rejected you. Overarching energy, bottom of the deck, dirty offer. They want back in. They're coming in to make you a dirty offer. They did in the past. Remember, this could be past, present, future, okay? They just want back in. Running. Somebody's running from something or someone. You're moving on. Or this is Spirit going, yeah, don't truck with this person. Just keep it moving. Thank you. Next. Fake smiles. Somebody wants you back. You remain unfazed. They want your attention, but maybe you notice them. Maybe you don't. I don't know. You're not bothered. Somebody's trying to block you. Maybe from having other lovers, block you in life, money, jobs. I don't know. They don't want you moving on. Dirt digging here. Looking for dirt on you or vice versa. You probably have a lot of dirt on this person, but they can't find anything on you, I just heard. So moving. You moved and or you're moving, or they need to move. They're fishing in your comment section if you're online, if you have an online presence. I mean, you don't have to have a channel or a podcast or anything like that. You could just have the regular social media, and maybe they're trying to see who you're talking to. Maybe you have mutual friends. They want to see if these mutual friends are talking to you at the moment. Yeah, dust it off, okay? Or they're just going around asking people, about you. Dust it off, okay? Because this is something to do with the thief. They stole from you in the past. This is all played out. You're too busy winning, okay? Could also be somebody cheated on you in the past. Love triangle, and this could be the other person that they cheated with, trying to beat you at something, trying to surpass you in life, or trying to block you because they want to seem like they're better than you. Obviously, you're better than them. If they're willingly cheating, sleeping with somebody that's in a relationship, they're selling themselves short. But that's okay. Thank you, Spirit. I'll use this one. That's just my opinion. Attention, rejected. Not today, Satan, not today, I heard. Rose, passionate love, thorns, and short. Yeah. They want to come out smelling like a rose. I think you got this person's number. They might show up with roses, I don't know. If they do show up suddenly, if they know where you live, if you've not moved, they might try to woo you with some flowers. Remember, the amount of time they're going to put into you, maybe they've changed for the amount of time the roses stay alive before they disintegrate. That's as long as they're going to be good to you. Yeah, single. Maybe you want to remain single, or they're going to claim they're single now. Isolation, independent, alone. They want you completely alone, I think. How dare you move on to anybody else? They want you to be readily accessible to them, so they can just play their fucking games, go back and forth. Yeah, still in their shadow, okay? They're drinking maybe, or they want to get together for drinks. Mirror. So somebody's using mirror magic maybe. Maybe the third party's trying to mirror you. Doing glamour spells and whatnot. Uninvited guests. There we go. They're going to show up on you. You're a person of high honor. They're going to claim they are. They've changed their ways. You have a lot of dignity. You have a lot of things in the works here. Maybe they want to work alongside you because you're doing well in life. I don't know. You're being rewarded or awarded something here. They want to reconcile. But if you do, just bear in mind, this is what Spirit's saying, not me. You don't have to take my advice, okay? You have to go within and do your own, use your own discernment. But if you take them back, you're going back into the nothingness, okay? It could eventually mean your demise, your end, if this person's abusive, okay? They're going to claim they changed. They haven't, so be on guard, okay? You're being protected. I'm really picking up somebody that's abusive. Either they're abusive or the third party, the one that they wound up with, is abusive, or both. I don't know. Just be very careful, okay? Attention, rejection, and rose. So it could be a third party that's being rejected by your ex. I have no idea. Place it where it belongs, okay? They're being rejected by your ex, and you're rejecting your ex. So both of them are being rejected. So it's classic karma, okay? Attention, rejection, rose. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? They're concerned. 33. 33, well, you're an ascendant master. The ascendant masters are working with you. 3's a crowd. It adds to a 6. Lovers, third party. You've ascended. They're concerned maybe you went towards a higher level soulmate, and or they know you are going towards a higher level soulmate, and they don't want you going there. Obviously, if I don't know, we'll see which way it goes, okay? They need to ascend. They need to, yeah, this is a thief. Again, 6-6, right? It adds to 6. So 66 might have something to do with this. 666. Wow, the number of the beast. And or bringing back balance to your life. A mature woman. This could be you, them, or the third party. I don't know. Now, mature woman doesn't have to be an older woman. I mean, it could very well be, but it could be very, what this means is you're very mature. Okay, you're not gonna be playing any kind of games here. There's a journey here. This is a journey, a soul's journey. 10, that's the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody wanted your destiny. You're on path to going towards your destiny. It's this change. You're very fortunate. Something to do with a community. Somebody could be traveling towards you. Somebody could be, I don't know, you're part of a community, they're part of a community, or they're a community bucket, or they involve a community of people. Distant horizons. You might be moving into a new community, new neighborhood. For your occupation. Whatever you do for a living is taking off, possibly. You're receiving a message, or they want to message you. Somebody could be gone. My condolences if you're experiencing that. And or something's ended, or they wanted to, yeah, they could have lost a child. Something's over. Somebody's very childish. This is an official person coming to see you about something to do with poverty. Don't tell me there's something to do with life insurance. I hope not. Damn. Maybe you have a child with this person. Maybe something's ended. I just heard benefits, so maybe they ended this child's benefits because you won't pay attention to them. They can't get a reaction out of you. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. You know, you co-parent with this person. And they want you back. They want to punish you. Maybe they're going to stop the benefits if they're paying for the benefits. You know, like eye, teeth, blah, 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 right? But that's a shit thing to do. It's just a really shit thing to do for a parent to do to a child or children. Or maybe they did lose a child. It doesn't have to be a child that's here, that's been born. Maybe it's, you know, and they want your sympathy. So attention, rejected. I mean, it's sad and everything, but maybe that's their way in. You know what I mean? Rejection, rose, and concern. There's a lot of thorns on roses, so be careful. It looks beautiful, smells beautiful, but they do require a lot of manure to grow, and they're usually very thorny. Where do we go with this message, please, Spirit? Maybe you rejected them in the past, and they want to come out smelling like a rose, so they wanted to harm you, ruin your life because you rejected them, hurt their ego and their pride. This is a matter of concern for them. Yeah, something's over here. Somebody's walking around with a dark cloud over their head. You are the phoenix rising. Somebody wants to resurrect something with you. Change. They're going to claim that they've changed. I don't know. You overcame. Overarching energy. King of Pentacles. This is a husband card, or you are this husband. This could be you or someone else, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. You're stable and secure. You're very grounded, abundant, generous, successful. Could be a business owner. You don't have to be. But, yeah, you're established. You're stable. Hardworking. Yeah, this is out in the public eye. Maybe this is victory, success, reward, recognition. They want your attention. Whatever you do for a living is bringing attention to you. And somebody's burdened over this. You have a lot of responsibilities. So 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands here. Somebody might be watching you. Maybe you are out in your community or online somewhere, and they're seeing that you're doing very well. Maybe they think you're on your high horse. I'm going to knock them off their high horse. Somebody's bragging, maybe. Be the third party or somebody. Whoever this is, I don't know if this is you or somebody else. Okay, sideways, no. They definitely are trying to block you. Block your opportunities, maybe. Where are we going with the King of Pentacles in the upright, 6 of Wands in the upright? Knight of Wands, somebody's a poser, a player. Argumentative, combative, maybe they're abusive in that way. They feel that they're entitled, okay? They're trying to hold you back, or someone's trying to hold someone back here. Somebody's maybe impersonating you, copying you. Somebody definitely has a sense of entitlement here. They don't want to put the work in, okay? They just pose. They call it in, so to speak, and take the credit for other people's work, ideas, and achievements. Could be forgery as well. Yeah, they're parting ways with a karmic, or you parted ways with a karmic in the past. And there's no peace or harmony. Very, I don't know, cantankerous relationship. Poor decisions, didn't use their higher wisdom, and there's no peace or harmony here. They're getting some sort of consequences to their poor decisions. Could be something to do with their withholding something, a contract of some sort. It was all one-sided. It's over. Something's over, ending a cycle. Maybe the third party, or the one that they wound up with, wants you gone for some reason, wants to take you out, or maybe they were fighting amongst each other and they did something to one another. What's going on here? Yeah, overcoming, persevering, putting up boundaries. So he's paranoid here. They're very defensive. Pushing people away, maybe. A lot of emotional woundings going on here. You put up some boundaries, keep it that way. You let them back in, you're not going to have a moment's peace. Yeah, somebody that doesn't want to let go of the past, what doesn't serve. Somebody's non-committal. They just don't want to be alone. They know that your future does not include them. You don't see them in your future. Their future's bleak. They're not going anywhere in life, or they want to keep you back, hold you back, block you from moving forward. Somebody's not prepared. Somebody wanted you waiting for them, right? How dare you? You sit right there and wait for me until I sow my wild oats, until I get tired and want to come back, or until I need money, or some sort of, kissing boo-boos or something. They certainly don't want you having a future, or while they were with you, they didn't think you were that going to amount to anything. They didn't foresee something happening. This is really throwing them off, okay? This is whatever you got going on in your life is throwing them off big time. They're not prepared for this. Yeah, you have a new beginning. You took a practical approach. Something to do with a child. This could be something to do with a child. I don't know. Gathering some information, learning lessons here. Good financial news. Something to do with a payment. They're trying to avoid a tower moment. This could be divination as well. They can't see into the future, so maybe they're tapping into divination. Or maybe you are. You have a new beginning. Yeah, somebody was paid to spread gossip about you. Gathering some information. There will be no reconciling here. Somebody's breaking up with the third party or friends. There's no more celebrating here. Not happy. They're not happy. There's not going to be a reconciliation. They can't come correct. Somebody's trying to slow something down. You're very committed, hardworking. You're dependable and reliable. You're very responsible and mature. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. And whatever you do, I mean, like, you're there. You're present in your life. They're not happy with this. Somebody wants to slow you down for some reason. Maybe they're unhappy because they gathered some information. They're unhappy knowing that there will be no reconciling because maybe you are committed now in a committed relationship. You don't have to be. But maybe they're in a committed relationship and they're not happy. They're not, yeah, they're alone. You're alone maybe. You're finding something out here. Could be an investigation, but you're alone. You're in isolation. You did that soul work. You tap into your higher wisdom. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. You do have direct connection with Source. If there's any kind of investigation because of a theft of some sort, they're trying to slow something down. They're trying to slow someone down from finding something out. They want to come back towards you and offer you something, but they're dragging their feet. Maybe they owe you money. I don't know. Death. Maybe they were planning a death. They have to take accountability. Something's over. You've changed. They've changed. They're going to claim they've changed. You're the phoenix rising. Something to do with a sudden arrival, okay? They're going to turn up on you suddenly. Maybe somebody wants to take you out. This other person, this third party or something. No contingency plans. They wanted you waiting. Wanted to keep you waiting until death. Maybe they're finding out that they have to get their affairs in order if they're sick. Okay. Yeah, you're healthy. Wish fulfillment. Something's changed for sure. Prayers. You're divinely protected here. You're in your north node. You're a healer. Very inspirational. Divine intervention. Could be some sort. You're really worried. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare. Maybe they did want to take you out. Maybe there is some life insurance out there on you. Could be a warlock. This is a poser, like I said. It's a coward. They don't do the right things, okay? They're angry. They bit off more than they can chew. It's all about their image and, you know, how they look in front of people. It's a follower, not a leader. It's a coward down deep inside. They don't protect the underdog at all. They only protect themselves. They're out in the cold here at a lack and a loss. They followed another one out into the cold. Could be, yeah. Someone is giving and receiving with other people. Prioritizing other people, whether this is your relationship or what's going on where they are. They want to balance things out, maybe. They see that you're balanced. Yeah, there's still a lot of people. Oh, a lot of people. Still a lot of money. This is family discord. They're going to lose everything. They're losing everything. Maybe they were wasting a lot of time, their time. Sleeping around, playing games, fighting, struggle, love, partying. Just waste of time. Giving to everybody. You know what I mean? You get a little bit, you get a little bit. I don't know. This is family discord. They lose a lot of money. They lost a lot of money in you. Maybe they tried. It could be an inheritance, life insurance. It could be something they stole from you. They're going to have to make it, they're going to have to balance something out. Make it right. It could be child support for all we know. I don't know. This is a fall from grace. This is not wish fulfillment. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. Maybe they did steal your money, blocking your money or something like that. Somebody's very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know-it-all and a show-off. No emotional fulfillment or happiness. No personal success or achievements here. Very gluttonous person. A lot of competition, fighting, drama, jealousy. They wanted you to compete with them and fight with them. Or the third party wanted you to. There's a lot of chaos here. A lot of people are involved. Ooh, devil energy. That came up first. Went to the crossroads, maybe. So, somebody's a karmic or toxic, bound to the devil, bound to a contract. I don't know, attached at the hip here. Somebody wants power and control. They're in their shadow for sure. Making a decision, watching you from afar. Somebody's very obsessed. Might have addictions, and they're definitely codependent. You're still moving forward, making plans here. They're watching you from afar. They didn't want anybody investing in you. They never invested in you. They're out of control here, I just heard. Something's not going anywhere. They've lost a great deal of money. Or made you lose a great deal of money. Maybe this addiction, I don't know. One or both. And you're making plans, making a decision. Somebody is really malicious and ruthless, careless and cruel. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, emotionally immature, self-serving and self-absorbed. Could be drinking all the time here. Making plans while they're under the influence of something. They're in their emotions here. They want to talk to you. So they're getting some liquid courage possibly. They want to talk to you. This is a new beginning for you. This is a breakthrough for you. Truth and clarity. Or you're speaking the truth and they're in their feels about it. Or you have a new beginning. Yeah. They lost the car. They had a car accident. They want your pity. Somebody can't overcome something. This is not going anywhere. This is out of control. They can't move on. They can't escape. Somebody's in trouble. Six of Swords in reverse. Or they're being blocked every time they come near you or want to come near you. Maybe they're getting into a car accident. Maybe that's how Spirit's protecting you. They can't come near you. They can't come meet you in calm waters. They're trying to stop you from traveling or moving. They're holding back, holding you back maybe. They're greedy and they're selfish. They're very miserly. Mine, 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 mine. But you're stable and secure. I don't know. They're sitting on something. They don't want to let go of something that belongs to you maybe and is considered theft. Whoever this is, they're not getting away with it. Okay? Could have stolen your car. I don't know. Yeah, they broke a law or something like that. Or a divorce or separation. Could have divorced or separated them from them and they still don't want you moving on. Could be a warlock. Somebody has no value system. They certainly don't value traditional relationships. Could have broken the law. Could be a criminal involved in corruption. They abused you. They committed crimes against you. They were reckless, endangering others. They're very hot-headed possibly. Maybe it's them going through a divorce now and the third party wants to come back towards you, thinking they're coming back towards you. It could be that way too. I don't know. So somebody's very insecure here and thinking that you hold all the power. Thinking that this ex wants to come back towards you. Maybe they do. I don't know. You and only you know. But they're thinking that this ex wants to come back to you and you're going to take them back with open arms after what they put you through. As if you don't have a mind of your own, right? They're in your past for a reason. Yeah, there's been no communication. There's bad news. Somebody lied through rocks and hid hands. They felt entitled. They're very juvenile and a drama starter. I don't know. They're very insecure and unstable, like I said. You're going to have to let go. They can't hold back anymore. Somebody, I don't know, they're going to have to let you go. They don't want you talking about letting them go. Maybe you're speaking about it wherever you are. This is somebody that has no love, no self-love. They don't want you having love. They don't want you having new beginnings. Right? You let them go, but this is not sitting well with them. Even though they didn't love you, they just drained you. This could be a soulless being as well. They don't want you having love, new beginnings, or happiness here. This is a Tower. This is unrequited love. So this is their relationship. The third party doesn't love them, or they don't love the third party. There won't be a reconciliation. Somebody's walking away, or this is what happened in the past with you. Obviously, you walked away. There's no emotional fulfillment or happiness. Right? They don't want anybody knowing that you walked away from them because they were not ideal for you. Yeah, you remained emotionally balanced, stable, and mature. Loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. Male or female, you remained with your heart chakra open, using your intuition, okay? You tapped into your intuition. You're very psychic, maybe. But you had a big cup of love in the deck. The one that has the biggest cup of love typically is the Queen of Cups, whether you're male or female. You're very generous with your love, with your, generous of spirit and soul as well. Down to, like, you're an empath, or you're very empathetic. Very kind and nurturing and sweet. And people take advantage of you. You're going places here, 8 of Wands. So there's fast communication, fast action, and or travel. Typically, it's good news. Something's happening quickly. Fast forward motion. The truth is out. They can't hide something any longer. They have to face their fears or their shadow. Yeah. They want to reconcile with you, balance something out, or they need to balance something out with you. You're healthy, you're balanced, you're very patient and loving, divinely protected and guided here, transmuting and alchemizing. They want to reconcile because 2 of Pentacles was beneath that in the reverse, so they're hurting for money, or they're in debt, or they placed you in debt. They got to balance this out for you. They want to reconcile with you. This is your justice. You're healthy and you're balanced. You balanced out your life after them. They could have left you high and dry. Meaning, in dire straits, financially. You're getting some balance back into your life. Now they want to work with you. There was a third-party situation, or you're working hard on yourself. You've mastered your emotions. You mastered your craft or your artwork, whatever you do. Put a lot of work in. You're very diligent. You planted these seeds. You not only planted them, but you watered them and nurtured them and took care of it. You make it look easy, right? And they're not happy. They're hiding. They're in their shadow. They hid a lot from you. No truth or clarity. You do not trust this person. They're sick here. They're not happy that you've mastered yourself. You have success. You're standing, male or female, in your power. You go your own way. You're very confident and bold. You're a creator. You're creating something beautiful, something new. You're charming. You're alluring and attractive and attracting. You're divinely protected here. You're going towards this could be you. You're an emperor, a divine masculine, which means you're all 4 kings in the deck. You went through the highs and lows of each king, learned your lessons. Okay, you're displaying the finer qualities of each king and then some. It's the most powerful masculine energy in the deck. And yes, a female could be in this energy as well, okay? It could be a father, it could be a boss, it could be a leader as well. But you bossed up, took back your power. You have authority, 3D authority, and or spiritual, or both. You're making the right decisions for everyone involved. Or this is someone else coming in. If this is your ex, they go they go towards the looks. Okay? What a person looks like on the outside. They don't care what the person is on the inside. What kind of person they are. I'm really picking that up. You have to look a certain way to make them look good. So they're going to come towards you and act like as if they are your partner. They are your divine masculine, possibly. I don't know, or this is a divine masculine coming towards you. Yeah, they want to keep you stuck and struggling. They try to just sacrifice you, or they're going to say they sacrificed for you. They don't want to let go. They don't want to see things from a different perspective. They can't overcome it. They didn't think you could overcome, but you bossed up. It's just a big waste of time trying to delay something in your world. They betrayed you, or they're finding out they're being betrayed. Now they want to come back around. I don't know. This is a harsh and painful end. This is the ending of a cycle. The worst is over. You're innocent. You have a new beginning, or they now want a new beginning with you, or they feel like a fool. Yeah, narcissistic. Somebody lied. They used and abused you. They lied about you. They were petty. They were cruel, abusive. They're scared now. They have no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They're going to be humbled, but they're still going to lie. They think you're... Maybe they still think that they can fool you. They betrayed you in the past. Now they're stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck in their lives. They stole some money, or somebody, or the third party stole money. Something's going on. This is an opportunist. They're scared. They need money. They need stability. They're looking at you. What's this? Yeah, blocked. You're standing in your power. You go your own way. You're divinely protected here. There could be a fighter. They're trying to block you. Blocking their side pieces. There's illusions here. Hopeful, wishful thinking. They don't know what to do. Trying to cover something up. There's confusion, illusions. 7-7 if this resonates. They're looking at their options. They're trying to block any kind of options you may have in life, whether it's people or opportunities. They're trying to cover something up. They scapegoated you. They're not happy. They could have like 50 million women or men sleeping with them. They're still not going to be happy. They're never going to be satisfied. They scapegoated you. They said this, that, and the other thing about you. They're not in a happy relationship. There's been a lot of manipulation. Somebody was two-faced. It's out of control. Maybe they were doing magic. I don't know. But they're definitely trying to hoodwink somebody. Yeah, there's proof and evidence of something. They're looking back at you wondering, can I harvest from them again? If I show up with my wheelbarrow, will they let me in? Lying, cheating, and stealing. 7-7 on top of 7-7. Oh, it's almost. So 4 sevens here. You're the one that got away. So they're looking back and they're seeing how you're the one that got away. But you healed your heart. You're a blessing in disguise. They were shit-talking you for sure. They abused you for sure. You healed from this. You're at peace. And you're blocking them and you're ignoring them. And they're in denial here. They're acting like they're the victim even though they victimized you or tried to. This person's indecisive. They're going through a dark night of the soul. You put your past hurts behind you. You know your value and your worth. They're wanting to put past hurts behind. They think they still have an opportunity with you. They just don't want you to ignore them any longer. This is embarrassing and disgraceful. They want to embarrass and disgrace you by having a quickie with you and then leaving. They want a new beginning with you. I don't think so. They're trying to get your attention somehow, some way, or this is the third party. Place it where it belongs. Okay, yeah, you're minding your own business here. Creating what you're creating, male or female. You let them go or they let you go, but this is embarrassing them because you're doing so well. You're stable and secure, hardworking, abundant, and very, very independent and generous. And they want a part of that. Yeah, partnership here. It could be a wife. You could have been a wife. They could be a wife. Yeah, you have no burdens here. You let them go. Ever since you let them go, you're doing very well. Congratulations. They can't carry this around because you know this person's not responsible. They don't want to take responsibility. They just want you back into another karmic cycle with them. They're stalling. They're trying to stall or delay you, cause setbacks in your world. I don't know. They're getting some karma here. They want you to come back into stagnation. You're unburdened here. You spoke your truth, maybe. Or somebody. This could be Law and Order, doctor, somebody. Come back with a comeback, I just heard. So maybe you're very well versed in comebacks. You know what I mean? You always have something to say at a perfect time, because that's the energy this Queen of Swords has, male or female. They don't mince words. They'll eviscerate somebody with their words. You know what I'm saying? They're very astute and discerning, intuitive, intelligent, emotionally intelligent, and wise. You cut them out. You put up some boundaries, and that's, yeah, the secrets are out. You know, they were doing magic or they were shit talking you. Whatever this is. Into casual hookups, very insincere love bombing, right? Maybe they're sending you love spells towards you to butter you up. Maybe you're very ice cold right now towards them, and I wouldn't blame you if you are, male or female. They maybe put you, you know, they see the mountains are behind this person. They put you through a lot of hardship. Okay, those hardships are now behind you. You're done. I mean, I think all the queens have come out in the upright, so you're a divine feminine energy, most likely. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's so. You spoke your truth, okay? The truth has come out. See, somebody wants a life of luxury off your back. They committed some sort of financial crime, possibly. They're insecure and unstable and very greedy and selfish. Or this is the third party. They wanted you to be unstable. Maybe they used your information and committed some sort of fraud, credit fraud or something. They're getting caught up here. Yeah, they want to come back in here. They're not alone, by the way. If they claim they're single, they're not, okay? So this third party might be hanging around in the background, wanting some money off you. So they're coming in with a cup of love, and or let's be friends, and or let me support you, or they want support from you. Yeah, you already know the score. They want a second chance with you. They're under divine judgment. You know that they're married, something to do with a home, a business, some sort of stability, okay, or a gathering, or a wedding. This is an aha moment. You already know the scoop here. You're quite aware of what this person's all about. They're under divine judgment. They want a second chance, but why? So they can get from you again? They're playing games here. That's a chess board. Yeah, they're still juggling. They're trying to keep something afloat. So if they stole money or credit or something like that, they're trying to balance things out. They know they could be going to jail. There we go. They're stuck in their head. It's all self-imposed. Too many obstacles to overcome. They're feeling stuck and trapped. Something's ending here. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. If you do work online, they're trying to restrict you online, restrict your movements and your money. But these are opportunists that you're dealing with. It's over. It's over. These are your blessings. You're quite stable and secure. You see clearly what's going on here. You spoke your truth. People are seeing it as for whatever it is. They can't victimize you any longer. Ace of Pentacles, opportunities and offers coming your way. You're being protected, okay? You could be traveling. They need money to travel. They're in jail. They might need bail. Something's over. This is learning lessons. It's a partnership here. So somebody got into a partnership with an opportunist, and they got to let this person go, or you did let them go. They are an opportunist. You're not going to victimize me. That's what I heard, okay? People will see clearly for what it is, clearly. 2-2, if this resonates, yeah. Ending a third-party situation, collaboration, or it's a false contract, or they're in breach. Somebody's greedy and selfish, okay? They don't want to put the work in, and they're lazy. Somebody's having an emotional outburst. They're very immature and insincere, very childish, feeling rejected and abandoned here. That's what they did to you in the past. Maybe this third party said they were pregnant and it turned out it's not their child. Somebody's not sorry, okay? Yeah, they were spreading lies, rumor, gossip, and slander. They're jealous and they're abusive. They're petty and they're cruel. They're fighting amongst each other. There could be 2 children here. This is self-sabotage. They lied about having sex with you, taking some sort of action while they were married. So, took some sort of action with a home, got married, one-night stand. I don't know what this is. A home or a business, and got pregnant. This is a lie they said about you, but you're stable and secure. You're divine feminine energy. You have new beginnings. They're stalking you right now to see who you're with right now, who you're sleeping with. Maybe they want to ruin this for you. I'm really picking up some sort of fraud. Using your name for something. It's not for everybody. Only if you know about it, okay? Or highly, highly suspect it. Please, please, please don't take on these stories if you have no proof, okay? So attention. Somebody, you're garnering some attention. Maybe you're talking about it in your community or in your line of work somehow, some way. Or they want your attention here. People see that you're innocent. They want to claim they're innocent. And they stole someone's innocence, you know, with children and stuff, right? They want to come back in, a dirty offer. They claimed you made a dirty offer. They made a dirty offer and you rejected it. And right? You're remaining single. Isolation, independent, alone. Or they're coming back in wanting to give you a dirty offer, but you're going to reject it because you know they're not single. I don't think you care for this person any longer. Passionate love, thorns and short. So if they do come back into your energy, into your life, it's going to be short-lived. They come out smelling like a rose. Maybe they got an STD or they want to give you an STD. I don't know what this is. Maybe they're claiming that you're chasing them and you're not. They want to make it look so. They want to make you look like you're crazy. Maybe you do share children or a child with this person. They want to set you up. Maybe steal this child. The third party's involved. They're nothing but a thief. There's concern here, okay? So be careful. Or this is what's going on in their world and has nothing to do with you. So just take it for whatever it is. Yesterday when I did that read, it felt like it was just this karmic's life imploding. And your energy wasn't in it, if that was your read. Whoever's read it was. So it's like your energy wasn't even in there. It's like we were looking through the, you know, the crystal ball and see what was going on in their world. And I'm thinking to myself, why would anybody care what's going on in their world? You walked away, they hurt you, they did what they did. I don't know if you're interested in looking back. That's how I am. I'm not interested in knowing what my exes are doing. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Stay over there. I don't need to know. I don't want to know. Where we go with this? What's the final message for the collective, please, Spirit? Ooh, come back here. What's the final message, please? Okay. These cards are crazy right now. The Desert Prince in reverse. 19. They're still trying to hide something. They could be sick. They're not happy. They were doing stuff in the dark. It also adds to a 10, which is they're getting karma. They're trying to hide the fact that they're getting karma. Wow. Hungry Ghost, obsession, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. 14, you're balanced. They want to reconcile with you because they're hurting for money. This is survival, false promises. Don't listen to them, okay? They're in survival mode. They're going to make you false promises they did in the past. They haven't changed. Spirit Whisper. So you're getting your downloads from Spirit. They're guiding you. Divine Guidance, Higher Knowing 3. Your Divine Feminine. Okay? Maybe the third party got pregnant. Hungry Ghost for stability. Take it for whatever this is. They accused you of doing it, which you didn't do. But it's happening to them now. Take it for whatever that is. So the Ringmaster of Scrutiny in reverse. They're hiding. They're trying to conceal something. They don't want to be alone. I don't know. I'm just tired of these people's games. It's like where adults grow up. If there's children involved, God forbid. These poor kids, they don't deserve this shit. So the Desert Prince, survival, false promises in reverse. Don't be fooled by the beauty of the Desert Prince now, for you're being faced with a mirage. Sometimes you can't see the truth because your thirst for achievement and recognition may blind you to the true nature of your situation. So something to do with attention. Perhaps two circumstances prevent you from being able to see with clarity. Beware when faced with something that seems too perfect, miraculous, and easy. If you think it's too good to be true, it is. Pay attention to false promises at this time. Don't be swayed by shortcuts and flattery. The best way out of this is to accept that every life has a desert period. Just accept this for now and cross it one step at a time. You will be led to green pastures and fresh, clean water with divine, appropriate timing. So place that where it belongs in your life. If it belongs, okay? It doesn't have to resonate with you at all. So we have the Hungry Ghost, obsession, scarcity, consciousness, and attachment. When the Hungry Ghosts appear on your path, they may not at first seem like allies because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming desire to know the future, which rob you of your true present. But in fact, they are here in the service of alerting you to obsessive thinking and addictions. They're masters at magnifying repetitive behaviors. So somebody wants to repeat, okay? They haven't healed. The message is for you to examine whether you're doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result. That's kind of foolish, right? So somebody wants a do-over. Maybe you still have feelings for this person. I don't know. But if you take them back, just know it's going to be worse. And it's going to take a hell of a lot more to get rid of them in the future. Because it sounds like a karmic soul tie, okay? This time will be different, quote unquote, and I have control over this, quote unquote, quote. This could be an addict as well, are false statements and a sign of deep denial of the truth. Now's the time to let go of that thinking. Surrender your will, your life, your heart's desires, and all that pains you to the divine. Order will be restored in your world. The Hungry Ghost also brings understanding about the distractions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. So they're trying to distract you as well, so you don't go where you ultimately need to go, where you belong. They're asking you to become aware that what others want and what the culture dictates will make you happy may not be what's best for you. So you might think, oh, that's what's, I remember years ago thinking, I'd be happy in a good, solid relationship and getting a home and having a family. And I'm looking back now and I'm going, wow, I placed all of my hopes and dreams into the hands of other people. That perfect relationship. And, I always used to think that I needed somebody to help me get there financially, to build a home. I neglected to look at myself. Like, I can do this on my own. I don't need that. If a relationship comes out of it afterwards, I don't need them to help me live. I don't need them to make a perfect world for myself. That's just, this relationship is gravy afterwards, right? It's a cherry on top. And that's where it's meant to last. You're not codependent. Don't get caught up in the outside appearances. All that glitters may not be gold, at least not for you. Look beyond the veneer and you will find the true substance in your life. You deserve nothing less. So somebody's just looking at the outside, what people look like, what they have, what they own. And that's not the truth, right? Because at the end of the day, that's not what's going to bring you happiness. It's just it keeps you in a trap. The Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing, ally. As an ally, the Spirit Whisperer comes to you heralding the miraculous and the inspired. She whispers guidance from the divine through your higher senses so that you can hear her wisdom and know her love for you. She is committed to helping you intuit the next right action and steers you away from trouble. The Spirit Whisperer keeps you inspired to move forward, always knowing just in time the correct next step. She guides you to fulfill your highest purpose. When she appears, it's a sign of inspired ideas that with continual action lead to success. That's a very good omen. So you're on the right path. Keep going. Don't let this person distract you, hold you back. If your questions about a relationship, the Spirit Whisperer speaks to soul connections, past lives, and great learning through mutual mirroring. We did pick up the mirroring, right? She will whisper how long, how short, how deep, and how sweet the relationship can be. There were soul bargains made even before you both were born here, and an exploration is in order. You may move forward, but keep listening to the Spirit Whisper for the lessons that the vulnerability of your love brings. So love, true love, yeah, you're gonna feel vulnerable, but there's nothing wrong with feeling vulnerable at all with the right people. I wouldn't just be vulnerable with the wrong, with just anybody. Get to know them, get to know you. Don't place all your eggs in one basket. It's funny, Easter was just here, but meaning, like what I was saying, what I used to think, I need a relationship to be able to buy a home and make a home and have everything, realize all of my dreams. No, we have all of that within each and every one of us. You don't need another person. If you have all of that, plus the other person, that's just wonderful, okay? It's just gravy. The cherry on top. Okay, so you're the lucky one. But trust and believe, you don't need somebody else in your life to make it happen for you. Stop placing your future in other people's hands. Okay? Where are we going with this? Angels, what's a parting message for the collective? 444, the angels are on it. Okay, protection, you're being protected. Change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, and love. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going toward your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. So get in alignment. If you're sitting there waiting for the perfect relationship and you're not going out in the world and meeting people, you're not doing the work, okay? You're not putting any effort in. If you're sitting at home waiting for the perfect job to come along, knock on your door and say, hey, I want you. It's not going to happen that way. You have to go out there and network. You have to go out there, maybe go to school and learn things. You have to put yourself out there. You have to meet spirit halfway, and they'll meet you halfway, okay? But you have to put the effort in. 1133 at the crossroads, right? Decision, intuition, guidance, choice, path, trust, and direction. If you're at a crossroads and unsure which way to go, this number is a reminder to trust your intuition, follow your gut feeling to guide you through your decision. Use your intuition. It never fails you, right? And another 4. Organization. Focus, discipline, clarity, structure, empowerment, problem solving. Stay focused on your life journey. Your angels want you free from distractions. Good organization empowers you to isolate and overcome the difficulties you've been facing. So bear that in mind. You need to organize, clean out your closet to bring in new stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? Focus on you and what you need to do. And don't focus on the past here. Don't focus on these people. Okay, they brought you nothing but pain in the past. And they kind of sounds like they want to bring more pain. But they're in trouble now. There's something to do with fraud. You're going to get the 1919 cycles. They want you back into another karmic cycle with them. Karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, and rebirth. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. So they're getting some karma for sure. I mean, we all do. We all have to pay that due, right? That debt. 44, 42. So a lot of 4s here today. So signs, pay attention to the signs. Messages, guidance, intuition, awareness, signs, abundance. Stay alert for signs and messages around you. By tuning into divine energies, you will be guided towards manifesting abundance and prosperity. That's beautiful. So congratulations. You're well on your way. Maybe that's why they want to come back in and take some more from you. I think you've been to that rodeo. You've been down that road before, and you got that t-shirt, right? 0, new beginnings. Wow. I love it for you. So fresh start, opportunities, creation, hope, positivity, and growth. Everything starts with a blank slate, and you have the power to create whatever you desire. Told you. Embrace a fresh start with an open mind. New opportunities are on their way, so stay positive and hopeful. Don't let doubt creep in, because that's the worst thing you could do. Then you're stopping yourself. Okay? So as the card said, people, the opportunities, the situations are going to present themselves to you, but you must be in alignment. You can't sit at home and twiddle your thumbs and wait for it to happen, because then it's not. Then you're the one holding yourself back. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you need to heal, if you need to work on your health, please do so. Okay, I know it's not easy. Stop putting it off. The longer you put things off, the longer it's going to take you to get where you need to go. It could be as simple as, you know, getting out there and meeting people, or starting a business, or just, you know, getting some counseling and therapy, and working on your heart, mind, body, spirit, soul. It could be anything. Getting rid of people that do not belong in your life, or old habits and addictions. Whatever it is, get on it, because it looks, your future looks very bright. So congratulations. Until next time, take care.